Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom, and welcome to Posers Must Die. Today I'm joined by a very special guest, Tyler Heath, frontman behind the new Los Angeles speed thrash metal band Regiment, and also LA neo hair band uh, Leather Duchess. And we're going to talk about both of those projects today. Tyler, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, my co-host Chase may be joining us mid-call. He's tied up with some other business, but
All right. Hope you
uh,
can make it.
I hope so too. But if not, we're still gonna have some fun here. Tyler, I like to warm up with just a few kind of softball kind of questions just for fun. Uh, do you have a preferred vocalist in Black Sabbath?
Preferred. Oh, we're gonna get right into the hot takes. Yes, Tony Martin.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
y- I
I'm
love that.
going there.
I
I
love that.
well, I just recently bought that box set they put out of the
Yeah,
Tony Martin albums,
yeah,
and I just dove into those albums. They're incredible, and
they really are.
I get it. It's only Iommi from the original lineup. Is it Black Sabbath? Maybe, maybe not. But it says Black Sabbath on the albums, and those records have been just whitewashed for decades.
Yeah,
Completely
yeah,
forgotten about. They're amazing albums.
they really are.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm really loving the Tony Martin albums as of lately. I love the Dio stuff. Heaven and Hell,
Yeah,
one of my favorite
yeah,
records of all time.
yeah,
Obviously, the Ozzy stuff is classic,
yeah.
sure, but yeah, just to be extra contrarian, I'm going Tony Martin.
I love that. Tyler, we're gonna get along just great. Because I am like, look, the Ozzy stuff is great, okay?
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But 70s Black Sabbath and 80s Black Sabbath are two very distinct animals. And I
Yes.
and I like the 80s Black Sabbath because this is a really heavy metal Black Sabbath, you know.
Exactly. Correct.
I akin the first six Black Sabbath albums, the ones you're only supposed to trust.
Right.
I think of those as more like acid rock albums, you
I
know?
agree, man. I agree
Yeah,
that the 80s stuff is when they became a metal band.
yeah.
Yeah,
And so yeah, I mean like I'm like give me the Dio stuff, give me the Ian Gillan album, give me the give me the
absolutely.
Tony Martin stuff. That shit rules.
Yep.
So right on. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yep.
Of the Tony Martin albums, do you have a personal favorite?
I gotta go Headless Cross.
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
That album
Yeah.
just rules, dude.
Oh, it's
Oh my
so
God.
good. Yeah.
Uh
It's just it's epic. It's really well produced. He sounds phenomenal. I mean, he's just
oh
in another
yeah.
world as far as a
Yeah.
vocalist goes. And yeah,
Yeah.
amazing albums.
I mean, yeah, and I agree. I think that is seriously the best Black Sabbath album that is not sung by Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a really great heavy metal record.
Yeah.
And it belongs in everyone's collection, you
I
know?
agree.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, and
excellent.
it's funny because they claim to have slapped the Black Sabbath name on it for, promotional purposes, and rather than calling it something else. I
Sure.
think had it been a different band, it might have done better, in the long run. If
Maybe.
that would have just been an Iommi project with Tony Martin singing called something else,
Sure.
there might be more people talking about it than it being the bastard Black Sabbath album. So
This
I
is
wonder if that almost backfired in a way.
I don't know. I mean, because I know, that the Seventh Star, the one they did with Glenn Hughes,
Yeah,
was supposed to be a Tony solo project, not
correct.
at all Black Sabbath. And they're like, look, if you put the Black Sabbath name on it, you'll move more records. So,
Right.
I mean, and that album, that one really is the bastard child of the
Right.
discography. I mean, like, it's nice stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, what if Tony Iommi joined Night Ranger? That's what that
Sure.
album sounds like.
Yeah.
And that's not horrible.
Right.
And it's nice. I got to see Glenn Hughes sing at Ronnie James Dio's funeral.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
uh,
I
but
saw Glenn Hughes a couple months ago. He played the Whiskey,
yeah.
beyond sold out. Just nuts to butts in there,
Oh wow.
packed, and it was phenomenal. That
Oh,
guy, I mean, his voice has not aged a day. He's still just
oh,
ripping high notes and singing. He sang for 2 hours straight. I
oh.
was beyond impressed.
That is wonderful. I am so
Yeah,
glad you had such a good experience with that. And
it
like,
was
and
cool.
yeah, yeah, he's a legend. I'm like, this guy was in Deep Purple, gang.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so that's great. That's so cool, man. Let me ask you this. My other like softball one, but it's always a good debate.
Oh yeah.
Is Are you a David Lee Roth guy or a Sammy Hagar guy?
Oh,
The
David
Van
Lee
Halen.
Roth. Oh
I
yeah, yeah,
kind of had a feeling.
hands down.
Uh,
Yeah, and I like Montrose with Sammy
mm,
Hagar. Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff's great.
yeah.
Um,
I love his solo career. Oh my God,
yeah, yeah,
great
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But yeah,
With that said, I think the Hagar albums are perfectly. That's canon Van Halen as far as
oh
I'm
yeah,
concerned. Great
yeah,
records.
they
Uh,
are.
yeah,
It's a different animal. It really is.
yeah,
It's like the early Genesis, the later Genesis, the early corrosion conformity, later corrosion conformity, early
yeah,
Black Sabbath, later Black Sabbath,
yeah, yeah. Another good
So
example. Yeah,
yeah. So, but it's all good, man. Okay, cool. Um, and so I have to ask you, okay, I'm gonna get into the real questions now.
sure.
So, being in a thrash metal band and also a hair metal band, like seems like kind of how to put it. I'm gonna borrow from my biography here. Okay, I got into heavy metal in like the mid 90s when
Yeah,
it was the most uncool thing to
right.
be a heavy metal
Yeah,
guy. Okay. And one of the first things I learned about heavy metal was, oh, you're supposed to kind of choose one, hair metal or thrash metal, right?
yeah.
But like you were equally a pariah no matter what at that point. The war was over.
Right,
Okay.
right, right, right,
And I loved glam and thrash in pretty equal measure. I mean, like Adolescence, look, the hair bands are singing about what you can't stop thinking about,
right.
and the thrash just kicks ass. So
Yeah.
I get it. So I guess want to take that opportunity to say one, I understand, uh, but also like what was your what is yeah how did you come up as a metalhead? What was it like for you in the beginning? Was it kind of just fast and loose like my experience, or
Yeah, that's a great question. And you're right. Back in the day, those were opposing tribes for sure. Like you
yeah
had Dave Mustaine with the no posers shirt with Nikki Sixx crossed out,
yeah
you know. And yeah, the thrash bands were the thrash bands, and glam was glam, and you did not. Fights got started over that. I'm sure. If
sure
you showed up
yeah
to the wrong show, you might get your ass kicked.
yeah
Um, I think it's very, very different today.
yeah
I mean, all of my friends love both.
yeah
All my friends that are into thrash, they love the Cinderellas.
love
And then there's
Cinderella.
bands that straddle it, like Wasp, and bands that kind of like they have a foot in both doors.
Sure. I mean, Dokken and Nitro, it's kind of like the glam look, but those guitars are totally just true metal,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, and it's funny. You occasionally hear people over in the speed metal, thrash metal world will be like, "Oh, no glam poser shit," and they kind of get stink eye when they say that. It's like
Hmm.
that's not a cool mentality anymore. I don't think. You know.
Well, and it's almost like doing aping that posture.
Yeah.
Like again, you're talking about a war that's over.
Right. 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 Right.
Like, we all lost, surprise,
Yeah.
for a bunch of years.
Yeah.
So like uh I almost think that copying that attitude is kind of actually poser in itself,
Right. Right. Right.
you
I
know?
agree. I totally agree. And like the musicianship debate, because that was what thrash always kind of propped itself on, is we're playing fast, we're playing more technical, but like
Yeah,
if you're a vocalist, go try to learn a Skid Row song. If you're a
that's tough
guitar
stuff.
player, go try to learn any of that stuff. It is just as musically proficient as any of the thrash stuff.
Sure. Uh
Oftentimes more so.
yeah, and especially in the vocal department.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Especially the vocal department. And
yeah,
and there are so many shredders in
yeah,
glam in hair metal guitar, too. Like I'm like, come on, guys. Like,
yeah.
it boils down to like often glam bands were like Motley Crue is kind of simpler stuff. Poison is
Sure.
simpler stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Those guys are more image than uh de
Substance.
substance. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
yeah, but also that stuff's pretty fun and it's not hurting anybody to like just listen to it. It's like
Yeah.
I think hair metal is great rock music.
Yeah.
Uh, and you know what? If it weren't for like having the resentment of like, why are these guys so popular while we're busting ass, we're trying to be so technical and pushing boundaries musically, I think
Right.
that gave the thrash metal guys the fire that they needed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like being quote a little persecuted,
Yeah.
or at least feeling that way, I think it motivated people.
Yeah.
And so, it's kind of a yin and yang thing.
Yeah.
Um, it's interesting. I wonder if because, there's been somewhat of a glam revival, but not as much as there has been for thrash. I wonder if that's why
Yeah.
things are kind of like a lot of the newer thrash bands seem cartoony, and it hasn't like it's almost like there's pockets of like, yes, thrash is big here, but
Yeah.
not like it's like in the global metal scene, it's still kind of a bit niche,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
Yeah, no, I've talked about that at length with all of
Yeah.
my friends. How that, yeah, for some reason, thrash and its peripheral styles have seen an incredible renaissance. Multiple,
Oh yeah.
over the last 25 years, there have been several waves of it. And yeah, glam has just never really seen that. There's no Hell's Heroes equivalent of hard rock, and
Right.
and I wish there was. I really do. That
Yeah.
would
I
be
mean, Rocklahoma is kind of similar. Uh,
right, but
and
but
they'll
even
get a
that that's a little more, I guess, watered down than
yeah, and I think it's a lot of like here are your third string hair bands from the 80s with one or two original members,
right.
like
Absolutely.
okay, it's wild. Like I'm seeing about a decade ago I saw Vixen and it was like all original members except for like one person, and now they have like
Um,
only the drummer
yeah,
is left. I'm like, wow.
yeah,
Uh like and
yeah.
but hey, more power to him for still going out there.
Right. Yeah, it is funny. A lot of those bands have reached that point, and yeah, I've seen so many of those bands where it's just one remaining member, and it's always funny when all the other members like weren't even alive when the classic material came out. It's like people on
Yeah.
stage half their age,
Oh
and
yeah.
on one hand, it's great that they're continuing and they're doing what they have to do, and
Sure.
injecting fresh blood into something
Yeah.
has tons of benefits. But there's a part of me too that it's like I at least wish they'd stay in the same generation. It's like
Sure.
if that band is if the singer is 60, the rest of the band should be give or take 15 years of that.
I
Um,
get that. I mean,
yeah,
look at Greg Ginn has is going out with an all new lineup for Black Flag, and they're like he's like in his 60s and they're all like
right.
20 years old.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
right.
Uh I mean like okay, but that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. But I,
Um
I mean, I better not put my foot in my mouth because I still want to be doing this when I'm 70, and I may have to resort to hiring a bunch of 25-year-old kids. So,
well, there you go. And I
I
mean,
may eat my words.
yeah. And how many acts that we know that are still quite vital? It's the main guy, the big figure person,
Yeah.
and whoever they hire to be the band.
Sure.
Wasps, Megadeth, Hyrax,
Yeah.
they're all guilty of this.
Yeah.
And what we still go and see them. I just
Yeah.
saw Hyrax a couple months ago again, and they're wonderful. They're great,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
Skaten's the man,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah. Um,
I mean, most of the bands of that generation are like that. You can almost count the bands that aren't much easier.
sure.
The bands that have 4 out of 5 original members, like that's a rarity. It's like
Sure. Yeah.
almost all those legacy acts are, yeah, down
Yeah.
to 1 or 2 guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's makes this new Dark Angel tour that just got announced all the more exciting.
Yeah,
Oh my God. That's
yeah,
just gonna be insane.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's funny too, like, because I'm always doing that detective work when I go see a legacy band. I'm like pulling up metal archives. I'm like, okay, is that him? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's 40 years ago, and it might be him. I can't tell. I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
All right, who's original? And
Yeah.
sometimes you have no idea. I mean, they either look way different or it's just a different guy. And it's like,
Sure.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
always a fun game of trying to find out. Like, okay, we've got 3 out of 5 at this show. All right,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And 3 out of 5, I'll take it. I mean, I went and
sure.
saw
Oh yeah, yeah,
it's not
yeah.
metal, but like a couple years ago, I got to see Devo finally, and I love Devo.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And yeah, it's three of the classic five, and I'm like, you know what? This was an awesome show. I did
yeah.
not think I was not seeing a genuine anything. It was great.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, so okay, so I want to ask you about I guess I'll kind of combine the thing about the genesis of Regiment
Yeah,
and Leather Duchess.
sure.
We just want to go into that.
Yeah,
Uh, Duchess has been around a bit longer. Do we want to start there?
sure, sure. We've been going about 10 years now. Put our debut album out in 2018. It's called Gunslinger.
Yeah.
It's been issued on a few rounds of vinyl, a couple CDs. Um, yeah, it's out there. We put a second record out in 2022. And yeah, the core of that band is me, the guitar player Mark Edgar, and the drummer Jake Wolf.
Okay.
And that's always been the band and always will be. And yeah, and it stays going. We've had periods of less activity than we'd like, you know.
Sure.
We have a third album in the works. It's
Wow.
about 75% recorded, and we're really hoping to get that out. Hopefully by the end of the year. We'll see.
Okay. Okay.
Um, yeah. We've shifted directions a little bit. If you've listened to the early stuff, it's very Dangerous Toys, Britney Fox, that
Yep.
that kind of stuff. And that was just our diet when we were writing those records, you know. So
Sure. And that
um,
is some really good uh glam. I mean,
oh yeah, yeah,
Brittany Fox is pretty kind of gets
get a little poofy, yeah,
well, they get a little, I was gonna say a little I think they get a little what's the word? Underserved in that,
sure,
they sound a bit similar to Cinderella,
yeah,
but I think they definitely got overshadowed by them. Like
yeah.
is what I was trying to say. Gosh, I don't always have all my words, Tyler. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I hear you, man.
That COVID brain fog is what I'm gonna
Yeah,
blame it on.
yeah,
Um
dude.
but well, that's very cool. Yeah, I did check out both those records, and I'm like, yeah, it made me think of Dangerous Toys
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And right on, I remember that band as being very fun.
Oh yeah. Well, see,
Now,
they have metal cred because they've got Jason McMaster who was in Watchtower. So
oh shit, I forgot about that in
oh yeah,
Watchtower.
Dangerous Toys has mad metal cred. You can wear a toy shirt to a metal show and you're just fine.
There you go. And now, didn't you play a show uh where McMaster sat in with you guys? And you play Teasin' Pleasin' or something like that?
Yes, yes, we did a Tease and Pleasing cover that was in Austin, which is where
Oh
they're from,
wow. Oh
at the
man.
Dirty Dog, and he came out to the show, and I texted him before and said, hey, if we do Tease and Pleasing, will you come up? He was like, sure. So, and we were lucky that someone recorded the whole song. So yeah,
That
that's on YouTube. That was a fun moment for sure.
I would imagine so. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. And shame on me forgetting that he was in Watchtower. Watchtower is incredible.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like, yeah, you can totally be in a glam band and like probably the most technical thrash metal band from America. It's
Yeah.
either
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah.
either it's either them or Dark Angel, like
Sure.
wow.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so we can do it all. We can have it all, man.
Yeah.
Um, uh, oh. And one of the things I love is about Leather Duchess is I am a sucker for glam with the incorporating the cowboy imagery.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I love that, either whether
Yeah.
it's going back to the Rat, the Wanted Man, or
Absolutely.
or Tesla, modern day cowboy,
Yeah.
and tons of hair bands like in the cowboy boots and stuff. I'm like, yep, that was a great move, great look.
Yeah.
S- Totally a
Yeah.
huge part of hair metal with that.
Oh, absolutely. And we love that too. And obviously pulling from Dangerous Toys so hard, it came naturally. I
Yeah.
mean, and we've got a laundry list of things that we knowingly ripped from Dangerous Toys. It's like we tried to get away with everything we legally could. The album covers are actually painted by the same artist who did the Dangerous Toys album covers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's
That
that's
is
kind of a
that
cool link. Yeah.
that is great.
Um, Jason actually sings on a song on the second record.
Oh, I didn't even
Yeah,
realize that. I
he did.
gave them each album a spin, but I wasn't
Yeah.
like
No, I don't expect you to know the granular every verse, you know.
well, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Oh, and then
Um,
I mean, like we in one of our videos, we've got the cow skull on the drum kit. Stole that from them. I've got the cow skull belt buckle. Jason wore that back in the day. I mean, there's yeah
nice.
a laundry list of just shameless rips that we
Yeah. But
and for no other reason that we loved them so much that was like. But and going back to the cowboy thing, yeah, I mean,
oh
two of
yeah.
the band members are from Oklahoma, myself and the guitar player. So
Oh, okay.
again, it's kind of just it's naturally in there in a way. I'm a huge country fan,
Me
so that's
too.
another angle it comes from. It's almost like that's just part of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. But you know, the thing is, you know, saying all the ripping from Dangerous Toys and other bands, it's like, look, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yeah, yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, I
Yeah,
mean, you've seen those guys Interceptor. They're just like they're doing like this incredible carbon copy of Venom. Well,
yeah,
what a hoot! It's so much fun.
yeah.
Who
Oh, I love it.
cares?
I
Yeah,
love it. Yeah,
you know,
I left a comment on one of their posts one time. I was like, I think it's awesome, guys. Like, you know, they get criticism for it, but it's just like giving people what they want. People love
yeah,
Venom.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you
And
know,
when are you gonna even get a chance to see Venom? First of all,
right. Exactly.
uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like, and people forget, like, dude, Venom themselves were charlatans.
Yeah.
Okay, they
Yep.
they
Yep.
were
Yep.
they were so phony. They could really barely play. And you're
Right.
gonna get mad at a band who's gonna copy their style in
Right.
tribute to them?
Yep.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, and if you love Venom, why are you mad? It's more of
Right.
what you like.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's almost it's kind of counterintuitive there. Yeah. Why
yeah,
would you fight against having more of something you love? You
yeah.
know,
I mean, but
I mean,
people,
I love the worship bands, like
yeah.
Gruesome and
Oh yeah.
who is that? Neon Nightmare was is kind of the typo negative one.
Oh, I haven't heard
Uh,
them.
there's a King Diamond one called Them. There's a couple of them out there that they're. I mean,
Okay,
they're like, you know, intentionally channeling a certain band, even a certain era of a certain band, which
sure.
I think is awesome. I mean,
Yeah, and especially if you're like right up front about it,
yeah,
who cares? It's
right,
just like cool. That's great. I would love for there, like I'm in Portland. I would love for there to be a band that's like, you know what? We're just gonna try and be exactly like King Diamond.
yeah,
Okay, I would go
right,
see them every chance I got.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Well,
So
there's
yeah,
that band Attic. Have you seen them?
Attic.
Attic, Attic.
I don't know if I have.
Okay, very Merciful Fate,
Cool.
King Diamond. But I mean, they're not a worship band, quote unquote,
Sure.
but very strongly in that lane.
And that's
They
totally cool.
they've heard Merciful Fate, I can tell you that. Yeah,
I love that. That is
yeah,
fun.
great band. They've got a couple albums out. I saw them live at Hell's Heroes. Awesome.
Nice. I'll have to check out Attic. Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's all what I love about heavy metal is like, or just music in general, there's
yeah,
always more to discover.
yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I don't
Yeah,
understand these people who are like, oh, I got my dozen bands and I'm good, you know, or my,
yeah,
you know, I'm like, "Well, what?
yeah.
There's so much more to hear. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
I'm in my 40s and I'm like, I'm never gonna stop trying to
it's
find new
endless.
shit. Yeah.
It is a bottomless well, and you can discover stuff faster than you can listen to it. Definitely
Yeah.
faster than you can buy it, for sure.
Yeah, and I find that is the modern problem. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly. Right.
I remember long before the internet became what it is, way before streaming, just like, okay, I'm reading liner notes and cassettes or
Yeah.
vinyls to like, okay, I guess Nuclear Assault is the next band I'm maybe looking for their stuff,
Yeah.
you know, and just trying to find that stuff in the wild.
Yeah.
You know, it was total Wild West shit, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And but when you found something gold, it was just like, oh, it was like you really scored and it really meant something, you
Oh
know?
yeah. Yeah,
Uh
definitely.
and like being like the only kid in your high school who knows who Death Angel are is kind of a
Right.
weird thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you had a similar experience, Tyler.
No, not really. And the internet's killed a lot of that. Like, I mean, if you're in your 40s, you probably remember the days where, like, if you showed up to school in a tour shirt, it's because you went to the show. There was no other way to.
Yeah.
There's no other way to get that shirt, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nowadays, like, I mean, I've had people ask me, "What's the rarest record you own?" And it's like, is anything really rare? I mean, almost anything is just a click away on Discogs. So,
Yeah, I mean, you have access at usually at some level for just about everything. You know,
yeah,
if I can't if it's not on streaming or whatever, somebody's probably put it on YouTube or whatever. Like
yeah,
I seldom don't find what I'm looking for when I'm like, oh, I want to hear this demo tape or whatever.
yeah,
Most stuff people have, you know, it exists and people have archived it, and thank goodness.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, like I find all these rare vinyl rips of things that's not on streaming because there's rights issues or whatever. I'm like, that
yeah.
is like the lifeblood. This is the new tape trading, you know,
Right.
although we just have it immediately, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and I'm. It's funny too because I'm 34. I was born in
okay,
1990, so
okay,
I wasn't really buying and trading music pre-internet. I am definitely of the internet era as far as discovery goes, and it's interesting that people my age and younger, you can kind of come in the back door. Like you can
Yeah.
get into Malice before you got into Judas Priest, and
Yeah.
and like a lot of the old heads will kind of like, how do you know that band, but you don't know this A-lister? And it's like, that's what YouTube fed me. It's like,
Right. Well, and it's funny, like, there were certain I even experienced a macro or microcosm of stuff like that. Like
um,
I didn't get into Judas Priest or Slayer in a big way until like after high school,
sure,
but I was also like, but at the same time into like I'm listening to Attacker and Sacred Reich and
yeah,
like what, like so
yeah,
some things kind of were a bit topsy-turvy, but
yeah, yeah.
it's
That's funny.
okay.
Attacker was almost the example I used.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they are a fun one.
Oh yeah,
I do like the Attacker.
yeah.
Uh, um, uh, so I want to ask it. Okay, so is Regiment also a full-time band or is it more of a
Oh yeah.
side project? Oh, okay,
No,
okay,
no, no. Yeah, yeah. Regiment is a full-time deal. All the members are all in. We're looking at booking tours and playing as much as we can. Yeah, it's
excellent,
definitely full-time deal.
excellent.
Yeah. And
Well, oh,
you mentioned Hyrax earlier. I don't know if you knew, but the guitar player Neil Metcalf is from Hyrax.
oh, I think I did not realize that.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
awesome.
If you have the latest Hyrax record, that's him on there. Faster than
Oh,
that.
oh, killer. Yes, I
Yeah,
we enjoyed that one quite a bit. That's
yeah,
very
yeah.
cool.
Well, you've already heard Neil's shredding.
Okay, I has Neil been going out on recent Hyrax dates because I did
No,
see Hyrax recently. No?
no. He left Hyrax last fall sometime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And yeah, it's. I mean, if you want to know about the genesis of Regiment,
Oh,
start
yes.
there. Yeah, yeah. So he and I we actually played. Leather Duchess played Legions of Metal in Chicago, and
Oh,
Hyrax
yeah.
they were one of the headliners. And
Nice.
our merch tables were adjacent to each other. So Neil and I got to talk. Neil and I have known each other for years, or at
Yeah.
least known of each other certainly.
Sure.
We both live in moved to LA about the same time. I've lived here for about 10 years. So you run into people in the scene. So
Sure.
he knew me and I knew him. But yeah, we got to talking at that show. Just stayed in touch, and then we ended up being coworkers. Uh,
Oh.
we both worked at a company called SIR, which is a gear rental company
Oh.
on Sunset Boulevard. Tons of old Hollywood lore there.
I'm
Guns
sure.
Guns N' Roses rehearsed there, stuff like
Oh
that.
gosh.
Yeah. So we got to working together, and he came to me. He was like, "Hey man, I think I'm gonna leave Hyrax. I really want to do my own thing."
Yeah.
Uh, and I was like, "Okay, well I." And he was kind of like, I've been playing in a thrash band, just a straightforward thrash till death, type band. He's like, I want to do something that's thrashy, but he's like, I want to do something a little more rock and roll.
Yeah.
And I said, that's funny. I've been playing in a glam band, and I've got this thrash itch that I need to scratch.
Wow.
I'd love to do something a little more thrashy. So it was a yin and yang moment, and he was like, well,
Nice.
that sounds perfect. Like,
Yeah.
let's get something together. Let's kind of write something that is thrashy, but also has a little glammy rock and roll to it, and see what
Yeah.
comes out. So that's kind of how it was formed. And yeah, it just everything clicked. Like we were just on the same page with everything. It was like, yeah, we should do this. Yeah, yeah, that's a great idea. How about what if we had this? Yeah, I love that. It's just a very like organic
Oh, I love that,
congealment.
man. That
Yeah,
rules.
yeah,
Uh that is so great. And it's hard to beat that feeling.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
that synergy is so great. I
yeah.
love that, man. Ah, that's so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So I mean, I knew he could shred. I've seen him play with Hyrax. He's seen my band. He knows what I sound like. He thought my
yeah,
vocal style would be cool on this
yeah,
music. So yeah,
yeah. And when we were listening to the record, we are like, whoa, these vocals are crazy. Like, and it made us, it reminded me of like hearing Raven
yeah,
like for the
yeah.
first time. Not,
Uh,
I don't think you sound like John Gallagher, but it's like
sure.
that over the topness, like,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
which is very cool.
yeah,
Um, and I think it's very, it fits the intensity of the music. So very, very cool.
yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
love y'all's review. That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Um, And so let me ask you this. So the military theme,
yeah.
was that was that inspired by Laz Rocket and At War or
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Inspired
okay.
by all of those. Laws Rocket, At War, obviously Sodom.
Oh yeah, duh.
We love all that stuff, and we got
Yeah.
to talking, and we were like, and there's not really one band that's really monopolized it. You know, all those bands they had it in there, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't in the way that I don't know what's a good example. You know, Amon Amarth is Viking. You know, like
Sure. Oh,
they've
okay.
they've got that patented.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so it's like, well, yeah, we could do that. We wanted a theme. We wanted something that was cool. We wanted
Yeah.
something that had, and not something that you know is going to paint us into a corner that it's going to limit us. And one album in, we're already tired of it, and you know.
Right. Yeah.
So
Well, and it kind of has like a bit of a post-apocalyptic vibe going on there too.
well, that was the other angle. We were like, yeah, what if we had? And a friend of mine sent me a bunch of old issues of Soldiers of Fortune magazine.
Oh,
Yeah, and dude, I got to looking through those, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. Like just the creative ideas from that was just like, oh my, there's so much we could do here.
so,
And you know, as you said, like speed metal, it has that in there anyway. It's bullet belts,
oh
it's
yeah.
combat boots, it's camo, like you know,
Oh yeah, so you're just kind of taking it, kicking it up in a notch there, and I think
yeah,
it's great. I think it's a great idea. It really fits the music too.
yeah,
So you just
yeah.
have
Thank you.
a total package like with the image and everything. I think
Yeah.
that's terrific.
Well, you
Um,
mentioned the Mad Max thing, and I'm glad that's apparent too, because Neil and I were like, what if we had kind of a carnivore,
yeah,
you know,
okay, yeah,
furs and armor, and what if we did kind of that thing? And also, what if we still looked like rock stars? What if we had a little motley crew and like leather
sure,
pants and like you know?
yeah.
So that's kind of the trifecta: the military and Mad Max, and also just shout at the devil rock star.
I can dig it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a really great record, and I'm really hoping that we'll see you out here in the Northwest. We've got a lot of thrash, especially Washington State is really popping for that.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah. No,
but
again, I loved y'all's review. It's funny because there's a couple spots where you're like, yeah, they kind of lost me there, and we when we were recording that, we were like, we're gonna lose a few people here. I guarantee it.
okay, so well, thank you for understanding.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. No, honestly, like, let me preface it with I love reviews that have some nuance and tell you like areas they may not have dug, you know, like areas they
sure,
didn't think were as strong or like that's more fun to read than just hyperbole. This is incredible, and it's just 10 out of 10, and that
right.
stuff like that makes me think like, did you even listen to it, or are you just like
Well,
trying to
right.
be, you know?
And well, thank you. Not everyone appreciates that, Tyler,
Sure.
so that's refreshing. But yeah, I mean, people have opinions and it should have some nuance.
Oh
And
yeah, absolutely.
maybe there should be something I was like, well, this doesn't work for me,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But I'm not throwing rocks here. I'm just
Oh
like,
no, no,
hey,
I didn't. I just wanted to. Actually wanted to say I appreciate that in
oh
a
well,
review.
thank you.
Like
Thank you.
I enjoy hearing and reading that much more than just someone that's just overly candy coated.
Well, right. And
Yeah.
it would be kind of a boring show if we are like, well, this fucking ruled,
Right. Yeah.
420 out of 69 for everything. Like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
let's
Exactly.
dissect this a little bit and break down some of the things. I think that makes for more of an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
um,
Yeah.
but yeah, okay, cool. I wanted to ask, I love the album cover. This is so sick.
Thank you, man.
Is that done in watercolor? Is that colored
It's I
pencil? What
believe
is
it's
that?
acrylic paint.
Okay, wow.
And that was a big one. It was one of the first conversations Neil and I had was artwork. A has to be killer, eye catching, and it all has to be traditional. No digital art, definitely no
Yeah.
AI art,
Oh
absolutely not.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
we tried to like keep it traditional and like stick to resources that a band in 1985 had, you know, and own those resources.
Oh,
So
I
we
love
shop
that.
we shopped around a little bit, and I'm very, you know, I've got my finger on that pulse as far as what artists are doing records, albums for the scene, and like
Yeah.
the legendary artists that are still painting and stuff. So we found
Yeah.
that guy. He did. I found him because he did a couple covers for Void, the band Void.
Oh, yeah, Void are cool.
Yeah, yeah. And I messaged them. I was like, man, this is amazing. Who is this? So they sent me his contact info. Guy was very easy to work with. He's in Italy,
Oh,
and
cool.
told him the concept. You know, he said, "Let me sketch out a few ideas." He sent some sketches. We tweaked it a little bit, and we had a rough vision in mind, and he kind of
Sure.
yeah he materialized it. Yeah, but we were very very happy with it. I mean, it's just got that. That's totally an album cover you could have seen 40 years ago.
Absolutely. I mean, it really does like a straight out of the 80s,
Yeah,
you know. And if I didn't know, somebody's like, "Have you seen this?" I'm like, "Whoa, when was that
yeah,
from?" I might not think, "Oh, that's a 2025 release." I might think
right.
it's a 1985 release,
Yeah.
which is great. What is the name of the artist?
Sebastian Frigiero. I hate to butcher his name.
Sebastian Fraziero.
Frigerio.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fraziero.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, right on. Yeah, I want to put him on my radar because his stuff is
Absolutely.
great.
He's done some work for Phantom,
Oh,
Void.
Phantom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I hate to forget the other bands he's done work for, but it's all
That's
awesome
okay.
like that. Very old school
Yeah.
looking, and he really and there's so many, especially with the digital stuff. There's a lot of art. It, its heart is in the right place, and it's trying to emulate that look, but
Yeah.
it's just too. It looks modern. There's a sheen
Yeah.
to it. It
Yeah.
just doesn't have that granularity and that texture that just painted art had back in the day. So
Oh, yeah.
that's why it's like this has to be paint on a canvas.
Yeah. And man, I even look at new album covers from Ed Repka and I'm like,
Oh, dude,
man, you do not, this shit does not look good now.
don't get me started, man. Yeah.
And it's a bummer because, we wax his car pretty heavy on
Oh,
this
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
And I mean, and rightfully so, because there was a
Yeah.
time when it's like, oh, Ed Repka art, buy it,
Yeah. Oh, me
you
too.
know?
I was the same
Yeah.
way. If it had a replica cover, I would buy it without even hearing it.
Oh, yeah.
Same way. And
Yeah.
like, I mean, that guy defined heavy metal imagery. Those
Oh,
iconic covers is
yeah.
that's what metal looks like. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a
Uh,
bummer. And me and my buddy, we've talked about this a lot. We found an interview with him, and we kind of it made us look at him in a different light. He was very much, hey, he doesn't really seem to be a thrash fan.
sure.
Kind of just seems like, yeah, I draw this shit because they keep paying me,
Yeah.
And there's an album cover. I want to say it's from '89 or '90, and it's a band called Napalm. And
Yeah.
it might be the first digital album cover in metal. And I mean, it looks like a desktop background from Windows 95 or something.
Okay.
Look it up. It's the band Napalm. I want to say it's their first record, around '89 or '90, and
Okay.
it's Ed Repka. And I thought,
Okay.
what is this? So, and they ask him about that. They ask like, tell us about that Napalm cover, and he was like, that was the first digital cover I did, and he was like, that was when I realized that I'm going to use whatever tools are available to get the job done. He said
Okay.
something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing, but
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was kind of like, that makes me, for one, I don't want to assume, but that makes me think you're going to embrace AI. If
Maybe. I mean, but yeah,
maybe,
using digital as a
yeah,
tool, not
yeah,
hey, take pictures of all my work and create
right,
something else and I'll just put my name on it.
yeah,
That's a different kind of thing.
sure,
I know a lot of artists and that, they work digitally,
yeah,
but it's their pen strokes, you know what I mean? It's
sure,
they're
yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah,
they're creating those images.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, that's an interesting perspective, Tyler. You've given me something to think about there.
yeah. Well, and just to end it with, there's certain like faces on some of his album covers that he's just straight copy and pasted.
Oh,
Which I mean, if
yeah.
I and I talked to, funny enough, I emailed him for the Gunslinger album, Leather Duchess Gunslinger. He was on
Oh,
our
okay.
list
Oh,
of
sure.
artists because yeah, it was Repka. I mean,
Yeah.
so I emailed him. I got a very curt response, very matter of fact. This is how I work. All money up front. It's $3,000. I'll have it done in 6 months. You got to buy the licensing if you want to do T-shirts and whatnot. It's very,
Oh,
very
sure.
clinical, but
Yeah.
as I expected that
He's been doing
um,
this for a long time, and it's a business. This is his livelihood.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I just thought, man, if I was a band that spent $3,000 on a replica cover and I get a copy pasted like character in the art,
Yeah.
I'd be a little bummed.
Yeah. And I saw one from him this in fairly recent years. It's another it's a Monster Man or whatever on a
Yeah,
motorcycle, right? And I looked at this cover and I'm like, the the anatomy, the proportions aren't even like good. Like the head
yeah,
is huge, and I'm
right.
like, that is shitty, dude. Somebody paid for that?
You're right.
Yeah.
I had the exact same thoughts, and I
So,
I
hey,
pity the
folks,
bands.
Hey folks, don't send this video to Ed Repka, please.
Yeah, I know.
Uh,
I'm hoping he doesn't see this. Highly doubt
yeah,
he will.
yeah.
Um, but yeah,
But yeah.
and there's so the third Leather Duchess album that's not out. We actually had Andreas Marshall do the
Oh,
album
okay.
cover. Do you know who that is?
Not I can't place him off the dome. Sorry.
You definitely recognize his art. He did Sodom's Agent Orange.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Right, of
Okay.
course. And
Wow,
then
that's gonna be a
so
beautiful album cover, whatever it
oh yeah, yeah.
is.
It's killer. And he's all still paint. He's all still traditional.
Yeah,
Was nothing but a pleasure to work with. Very professional.
nice.
So there are still legacy guys that have stayed true. And
Nice.
yeah,
Well, okay.
yeah.
Uh, here's something cool and exciting. Tomorrow night, you're opening for Ghoul.
Yes.
Where is that? And who else on the bill with that?
That it's Ghoul and Midnight with
Mm,
Persecutor, who are another LA Black and Speed band.
I
Maggot
just saw
Colony.
I just saw Persecutor a
Oh,
couple
did you?
months
Yeah,
ago. Yeah, they were
yeah, they're
fun.
great. Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, go
very
ahead.
very fun show.
Yeah.
Vlad the Inhaler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, us. It's our first show. It's Midnight and Ghoul. And
Is
why?
this your live debut with
Yeah,
Regiment?
yeah.
Oh, that's
First show.
awesome. I hope
Yeah.
somebody's taping it. I hope
Yeah, I
somebody's
mean,
taping
yeah.
it.
We've got a few people taking videos and photos. So,
Nice.
yeah. I've seen Ghoul many times.
Yeah.
Super fun live show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw them here in Portland many years ago. They are a great band.
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
but that's killer. That's wow, that is a great build to be on for your debut show.
Yeah. Yeah. We're hoping it goes well. We're the first band on,
Yeah.
and yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh, that is excellent, man. Um and we'll try to if you're ever coming up to the Northwest, I mean like I manage a band and I can definitely help set up something so you've got good bands to play with if you ever make it out this way.
Yeah, absolutely. We need connections like that. So,
Excellent. Well, we can keep in touch. We'll take care of you, Tyler.
yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Let's see what I'm saying. Hmm. I think I am about at the end of my questions, my friend.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, I want to thank you so much for joining us today, Tyler. Uh, love Regiment. I think is a fantastic new band,
Thank you, man.
and yeah, and Leather Duchess is very cool. If folks who are also fans of glam, do check that out. It is quality stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, looking forward to seeing more from Regiment. Hopefully, we'll see you on the road, on the
Yep.
festivals.
There's a lot more in the pipeline. Already writing the second record. We're gonna be touring. Gonna be playing shows. Yep.
Nice. Oh, any potential tour stuff you might be able to tease us with at this juncture, or just
We're
general
gonna try
general?
to a West Coast run first, which would be your
Nice.
area. So yeah, we'll run up the West Coast. That'll probably be our first leg, and then maybe try to do a full US.
Killer.
Yeah, but we're still in the booking stage. So yeah, if you got any contacts, let us know.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely have contacts in the Northwest, so we can make that happen for you, Tyler.
awesome.
Um, check out Regiment Soldiers of Speed, folks. This is a great album. If you're a speed and thrash metal maniac like me, you don't want to miss this record. Great band.
Thank you,
I
man.
want
Of
to Tyler, thank you again so much for taking out some time to talk to me today.
course,
Um,
it's a blast.
yes, and I think we'll talk again soon. Thanks so much.